All right, Model 3 dude says we got to kick it off, so let's kick it off here. Let us fade to black first. It's in my contract. And I'm just glancing at Reddit here, and this is interesting because Reddit, AMC stock subreddit, they don't they are not concerned. They are not concerned. They're giddy about the FTD data that was just updated. They are giddy about pro-crypto congressmen introducing legislation to remove Gary Gensler as SEC chairman. Perfectly popcorn, yes, of course, of course. You can see the decision point when the algorithm said, quote, let's smoothly step it up over time to what I want. Yeah, I'm sure that's what the algo said. Oh, oh, also we have to give give a shout out here to 123 8P, who is an officially an XXXX holder between my AMC and Ape shares. They're happy. Let them have their day. Oops. Let them have their day of whatever. System, one of my favorite groups, highly underrated. Cool, cool, cool. Is retroactive DD research done when someone over invested a lot by a lot, possibly looking for flaws in their original thesis? Well, from what I mean, you'd have to ask person who basically coined that phrase, but from what I've been able to gather, yes, it is done when someone overinvested by a lot. They could be looking for flaws in the original thesis. However, that's not going to be a stated reason. That will never be a stated reason. It will be an underlying reason potentially, but that's not something that's overtly stated. So it's hard to tell. Very hard to tell on that, actually. Um, it's one of the nuances that really, in true academic fashion, you know, the conclusion of the paper is more research is needed. And that this is one of those things that um, really supports that conclusion that more research is indeed needed. Tony was busting FUD today. I saw that FUD busting. I mean, I didn't see, I saw that he was. I did not see it, but I've got a lot of other great stuff here, I think. So let's go here first because, it's kind of a tradition. Um, well, you know what? Of course, first of all, here, because these guys are full of shit. And I guess I guess I'm getting away with just using this much of it. Yes, Model 3 dude.
And you need to quit. Baby, you full of shit, full of shit, full of shit.
All right, so yeah, I just had a synth wave type radio stream from YouTube on there, and they like to do that, uh take songs like that and remix them, and or at least slow them down a lot and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm surprised I couldn't really recognize anything, but I also had it low for me. So um all right, so Donahue George called Judge Zern Chambers. The 427 date is canceled, and there are no future court dates yet. All right.
It's not financial advice, it's not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only. Anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial.
This almost warrants breaking news alert, but it's not really.
Anything I say in these videos. That being said, the like button, subscribe button on YouTube algorithm stuff, so you get the videos I put them out, see them things, see them analyzing that data. Got to tell every day the day they release us is false, man, against the false narrative of the market, so we can make bad trading
Well,
decisions.
he needs to, take some breath before he starts talking, saying all that gibberish. I mean, he's winded here. The hell's wrong? Hope he's
Listen,
okay.
I called the Chancery Court. I called Judge Zerns or Vice Chancellor Zerns Chambers. I spoke to her law clerk, and it is official. The preliminary hearing on April 27th is canceled. Not only is it canceled, they don't have any future dates for any hearings on the calendar yet.
Uh-oh.
So once the
Ruh-roh.
judge makes her decision on whether to make title part of the lawsuit, and that
Yeah. No, Tuttle, part of the lawsuit. Okay. I would be very surprised if that actually happens. I think the next action is going to be the judge saying, okay, do your goddamn settlement. Get the fuck out of my courtroom, you sideshow fucking freaks. Quite frankly, that's, paraphrased, of course.
that other gentleman, I forgot his name, to make them part of the lawsuit,
Iacono.
then I guess the Allegheny or AMC will file additional motions, and then the court will put it back on the calendar and give us a date. So right now there is no official date, and this must be driving the hedgies crazy. It must be driving AMC crazy. It must be driving Aaron Adam crazy, because they
Aaron
don't know
Adam.
when this ends. They don't know when they'll be able to get this reverse split and steal 90% of our shares. So being that they don't have,
God damn it. He started off apparently talking about facts. Okay. I called the court. They told me this. This is confirmed, well, whatever. Then, of course, it trails off into brain dead nonsense. Oh, the hedgies are shaking in their boots because they, have to wait till they can steal 90% of your shares. And then it becomes just straight up verbal diarrhea. God damn it. Oh man.
the pressure is building. And I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell AMC.
Yeah, you are.
All I'm
The
telling you
fuck?
is this. Until they get the reverse split, based on everything I've seen, AMC can explode any day. That's how volatile it is. That's how much pressure is building on the stock. And even though they
Doesn't
were
work.
able to
What?
bring the cost of
Pressure
borrow
building
down,
on the
which
stock. What does that
really
even
means
mean?
nothing to us, because it's building on the stock. And even though they were able to bring the cost of borrow down, which really means nothing to us, because the market makers, they just printing up the shares. And like I tell you,
No, it means something to you when it's 4 fucking digits. It means something to you when it's 800, 900, 1,000%. Yes, it means something to you. It means apparently that you're going to be rich. That's what it means. Because why would they pay so much to borrow worthless shares? Oh, that's what he said the other day, right? But you know what? They brought the cost to borrow down. It doesn't mean anything to us anyway. Oh no, it's nothing. I mean, that cost to borrow, that's manipulated anyway, of course.
you see that with the shares sold, not yet bought. They're just printing shares at will. So
Oh my God. This guy he has a God-given talent to just string together bullshit. Holy fucking
really
hell.
means nothing to us, because the market makers, they just printing up the shares. And like I tell y'all in previous videos, you see that with the shares sold, not yet bought. They're just printing shares at will. So as far as
No,
I'm
they're
concerned,
not
the
printing
fact
shares
that
at
there's
will.
no
That's retarded.
date on the calendar for the court to hear the reverse split case, there's going to be a lot of pressure on Aaron Madden, a lot of pressure on the hedgies to close these.
What was that? Who? Pressure on who?
Reverse split case, there's going to be a lot of pressure on Aaron Madden, a lot of pressure.
Aaron, what? This guy is having a stroke or something. What the fuck is going on with him? Uh, I mean, this is I'm starting to get concerned for his cognitive abilities here. Like, like there's an acute problem of some kind. He's out of breath. He hasn't said Adam Aaron's name correctly once. What
There's
the
going to be a lot of pressure on Aaron Madden, a lot of pressure on the hedges
Aaron
to
Madden.
close their short positions. They did not plan on having to hold these shorts for so long. I am so proud of the Apes who diamond had and kept us in the play. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think that is great?
Do I think
that they don't have a court date? So this thing could last 60, 90, maybe 6 months. Who knows? Anyway.
Yeah, I bet you hope it lasts fucking 6 months with your 4,000 views on a bullshit video from 7 hours ago. What a bunch of garbage. Okay, so now, the title of this stream is Retroactive Due Diligence, Retroactive DD. And Manuel is a genius. Said this last night, and I just thought it was great. I laughed about it all morning today. So retroactive DD, that's exactly what they're trying to do, it seems like. And they, in this case, means the apes. The apes are trying to do retroactive DD. They are trying to go back and learn about things that they could have learned about before. In fact, some of them did, but let's see what they said at the time. So I searched here for AMC Wanda settlement, and we got some interesting stuff here. This is a pretty I'm not going to say decent, but this is a pretty short-ish video, especially if we speed it up from Froggy Stonks from 9 months ago, which, by the way, is when this lawsuit was settled. The last lawsuit they had in the Delaware Chancery Court. So I remember seeing this video, but let's watch it again. A little bit of it at least.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Froggy Stonks here. Nothing I say is financial advice.
Cool.
I apologize for the background noise as my dog decided he wanted to start eating his breakfast right when I wanted to film. So yeah, there's that. And here is my camera. Bing! Good morning, everybody. Woo! It's a rough morning. Anyways.
Yeah, looks like it was.
Pops up today. AMC settled a lawsuit, so that's kind of cool. Something off their plate. It's not like a super big deal, so don't go panicking about it. Let me pull this up. AMC tweeted. AMC Theatre's official tweeted this. I believe Adam Aaron probably will say something later or not at all, since he is a defendant in this case. AMC has recently reached an agreement to settle a stockholder derivative action. Settlement agreement and settlement notice can be located on AMC's website. So we are just going to go straight into the settlement notice. This is Linda Lau as the plaintiff versus Dalian Wanda Group, LTD, Wanda America Entertainment Inc., Wanda America Investment Holding, Wang Jianlin, Silver Lake Group LLC, Silver Lake Alpine, Adam Aaron, Howard Koch, Gary Locke, and Anthony Syke. Okay, so this is old.
Syke.
This is back from 2018. So there was some stuff going on then. 2018, 2019. 2019 is about when Adam Aaron made that one video on the news saying, I think we've been the victim of some short selling lately. This is even before that.
Wow.
So basically what happened, this is the stipulation agreement. June 6, 2022 is entered into by among the plaintiff, Linda Lau, and Special Litigation Committee, Board of Directors of nominal defendant, AMC Entertainment Holding, and all the other defendants. What they're doing is they're settling a suit brought forth by Linda Lau because they don't want to deal with it anymore. They're going to pay $17 million. It sucks they got to put that cash out, but it's going to be off their plate, done with.
Ah.
Now I brought this up months ago saying that back in 2018,
real slick,
which we'll read here. This is exactly what happened. I found
about that dismissal.
That AMC Theaters issued a $1.
How about that dismissal?
Special dividend. And I was wondering why.
Ooh, okay. I got to pay attention now.
This is exactly what happened. I found back in 2018 that AMC Theaters issued a $1.55 special dividend. And I was wondering why they would do that if they were in such financial distress at that point in time. It just doesn't
Boy, that's foreshadowing, isn't it? Wow. That's awesome.
seem right. So I dug into it a little bit, and then I posted some stuff online. People attacked me, whatever. You know, I had Bam Investor come out and retweet me. I had to go back
Bam!
for this.
Oh, Bam retweeted you.
But I tweeted
That is an honor.
this back out
You
on
got to watch Bam's video tonight, too. It's so bad.
March 6th. Why did AMC pay a $1.55 special dividend on 2018 after more than 50%?
By the way, this is the best quality that's available on this video. 480, 480p. Welcome to 2004. Yeah, potato cam here today.
Stock drop in between receiving $600 investment from Silver Lake on the convertible 2.98 secured note to buy back Wanda Group's shares. So basically, you know, Bam retweeted like a bloodhound.
And he saved him some money, too.
Look, everything. This is what happened specifically, and this is worded from the documents in.
Wait a minute. That sounded a lot like.
This is what happens when you work to change things. And first they think you're crazy, then they fight you, and then all of a sudden you change the world.
Well said, Liz.
Litigation. On September 14, 2018, the company agreed to issue and sell to Silver Lake a $6 million senior unsecured convertible note due to 2024. We've all heard about the notes, the covenants in the debts that restrict us from dividends. Bearing interest at 2.95%. So incredible interest rate for $600 million, which leads me to believe that this is a favor. You know, that's an insane interest rate at that point in time.
Favor.
2.95% and convertible into AMC Class A common shares at $20.50 per share before giving effect to the special dividend described below, right? So basically, Silver Lake could convert this into however many shares they agreed to at $20.50 per share, right? So if Silver Lake converted it, they would then dilute the float, blah, 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 blah. But AMC got $600 million for it. So with that, they used $421 million of the cash raised by the convertible notes to buy back 24,057,143 Class B shares of common stock held by Wanda Entertainment. We all know that Wanda basically backed out of AMC and went away. They did this at a price of $17.50 per share. Then they used the additional $160 million of the cash raised by the convertible notes to issue a $1.55.
Right? Because don't they get 3 votes?
Special dividend on September 28, 20 votes to issue a $1.55 per share special dividend on September 28, 2018 to Class A and Class B shareholders on September 25th. Now, what's weird about that is why would you take a $600 million loan and then issue a dividend back to the people who gave you a loan? Basically, Silver Lake gave them $600 million, so they got a bunch of stock. Then all of a sudden, Adam Aaron and company, the board of directors, and everybody involved as defendants decided they were going to take a portion of that $600 million, 140 something, what do they say, 160 million, and issue a special dividend back to everybody that owns stock. Why would you do that instead of paying the debt back or not taking that debt at all? It doesn't make any sense. So anybody at that point in time who had AMC stock got $1.55 per share, and if you owned millions of shares, you basically got cash back. So Silver Lake gave them $600 million, then got a bunch of cash back. That's pretty sus. So I don't know what was going on.
What happened to the share price?
Like I said, I believe there's some very bad actors on the board of directors at AMC, one of which was Stephen Colanero. I think they.
So it's not surprising to me that he would call the board out, but he also, dismissed it.
Misled
so
Adam Aaron
keep going
very
here.
badly in this scenario. But anyways.
Stephen Colanero misled Adam Aaron very badly.
Bad actors on the board of directors at AMC, one of which was Stephen Colanero. I think they misled Adam Aaron very badly in this scenario.
So he's still saying, do a line. Adam Aaron's the board of the chairman of the board. So they misled him. All right.
But anyways, obviously somebody saw that.
What about the WeChat messages?
Who was Linda Lau, who filed this complaint, this suit, right? So the company did all that, filed an 8K, and then on November 30th, 2018, the plaintiff, who is Linda Lau, served a demand on AMC pursuant to this code, 8 Delaware C code 220, to look at the company's books. And then on 2019, AMC produced the books in response to the 220 demand. Then the plaintiff filed a verified class action and derivative complaint directly on behalf of a purported class of AMC stockholder and derivatively on behalf of the defendants. So there's a lot going on here. Something happened internally in the company at this time. Now, I'm not coming out and everybody's attacking Adam Aaron. I'm not by any means attacking Adam Aaron. I'm not even.
Well, they are now. This is 9 months ago. This is fascinating.
I'm sure Adam Aaron knew specifically what was going on here at the.
Okay, let me slow it back down here. I want to make sure to get his.
At this time. Now, I'm not coming out and everybody's he's attacking Adam Aaron. I'm not by any means attacking Adam Aaron. I'm not even sure Adam Aaron knew specifically what was going on here at the time.
That's
I'm
wishful
sure
thinking.
But
I
don't
mean,
think
well,
he knew how
not
deep
really.
this went.
Yeah, that's that's a dumb thing to say. Because if he didn't know what was going on, then he's negligent. And if he did know what was going on and it was shady, then he's shady. So he's either shady or negligent or an idiot. But he probably knew what was going on. He probably engineered it, and that makes this guy an idiot. So
Because
anyway.
you have Silver Lake who jumped out of this like crazy when this meme stock thing started. They just rolled out, and then Adam.
Is that
Aaron
the same silver?
back into play.
Wasn't there a Silver Lake
that he restructured,
failed or something? Or
and we've
different.
been talking about dividend issuance for a while, and Adam Aaron said we can't have dividends maybe until 2023 because of the covenants related to certain debts that they have. Some of which were with Silver Lake. I still believe there is.
What is he doing?
2.9%.
Stop doing that. It's gross.
That got restructured out to a different day.
All right, I'm speeding him up again.
I don't know. To me, this is good. Basically,
it's good. Well, just when I speed it up, let me slow it back down. This is good.
I don't know. To me, this is good. Basically, we weren't around during this time. So this is stuff that happened years ago. And basically what they're doing is they said, we're done with it. We're paying $17 million. We don't want to hear about it anymore. And in doing that, if the settlement
too fucking bad. They're hearing about it again. All right. Oh my God.
I believe this litigation goes away, which frees up Adam Aaron and company to do things they want to do with these debts, like
pay him off. This is absolutely this is absolutely fascinating. Oh my God. This is great. I love this.
Which frees up Adam Aaron and company to do things they want to do with these debts, like maybe issue a dividend. So get this off the plate. Boom. They dropped it on us this weekend. I think it's good they did. They're kind of letting us know what's going on into the future coming Tuesday. And it's just one more.
Well, they had to legally, so there's that.
Out about it. It's settled.
Don't freak out about it.
It come from actions that happened with this debt back in 2018 and that $1.55 dividend issuance. And I hate to tell you guys this. Well, I don't hate to. I'd like to tell you this. I think this might have been restricting Adam Aaron from doing things with dividends. This might be part of the reason why they couldn't do the STO dividend idea, because they were wrapped up in litigation, and any type of dividend issuance past this until this is settled or taken care of wasn't going to happen. Because if they didn't decide to settle,
so this is from July 3rd,
somebody found wrongdoing
2022
on behalf of the AMC board of directors and the CEO in issuing that dividend, that could have opened up more litigation in different ways. So I'm kind of excited to see where this goes Monday. My theory is they're getting this off their plate. They settled it for $17 million. This opens up the doors for them to be like unrestricted in ways of dividend issuance and maybe bond.
Oh, this is a great comment. I got to read this one. Conspiracy thought maybe back in 2018, when this was done, AA was trying to issue a dividend to show all the naked shorting back then. he was on a network in 2019 complaining that they were being attacked. So maybe this was a way to get that out in the open. Maybe it was not trying to get the board paid. I'm not totally sure, but he was adamant back then that they were under attack. I just keep looking at why he would offer a dividend, like you said, instead of paying off that debt. Just food for thought. And maybe that's why he said, don't take their inactivity as weakness. So he would have known this was close to being settled. Seinfeld investor says, can't issue dividend while in debt. Maybe quarter two, 2022 will show profitability, if not quarter three. Well, sadly, we know how that turned out. And then the OP replies, I know, but how were they doing a dividend then? It was mentioned in the vid that maybe they were doing it so some big shareholders made money. So I'm just thinking that they were trying to weed out the naked shorting then. But I agree. How could they do a dividend in debt back then? Well, it was a special dividend. Was a special dividend. And yeah, I don't know. Beyond that, I haven't looked into it.
From Adam Aaron soon. He did say we won't pounce until after Q2. He did say there will be no dividends until 2023. So I think what they're doing is they're getting ready to work this out. And I say that because we already are pretty confident. I'm very
When
confident.
was that dividend issued? I want to go back here real quick.
I think we've been the victim of some short, whatever,
right here. September 14th, 2018.
More than likely you would lose your premium. But two,
Here, let's see.
and AMC took the majority of the market share as a confident. I'm very confident.
Let me go back.
Like unrestricted in ways of different.
I'm not sure where exactly we
that
are.
could have opened up more litigation in different ways.
Okay, that's good enough.
I'm kind of excited to see where this goes Monday. My theory is they're getting this off their plate. They settled it for 17 million. This opens up the doors for them to be like unrestricted in ways of dividend issuance and maybe bond fulfillments. So I'm hoping we hear something from Adam Aaron soon. He did say we won't pounce until after Q2. He did say there will be no dividends until 2023. So I think what they're doing is they're getting ready to work this out. And I say that because we already are pretty confident. I'm very confident that Q2 earnings, which will be like August 8th tentatively, will probably be positive in the EPS forecast. Like they're talking negative 10 cents or 11 cents is the consensus for the professionals, the analysts. But we just had one of the best box office quarters in history. And AMC took the majority of the market share as it was trending. If you didn't see on TikTok online, a group of gentlemen are running around watching Minions, all dressed up in suits and stuff. And it's
Minions,
a big deal, man.
Remember that?
Bbby, yes. I also want to announce when we did No Options May, it was very successful. We saved a ton of people a lot of money
No Options
by not
May.
playing calls on AMC because the price fixing is insane. We all see it. They always drop it below max pain right on Friday or right in the money. Nobody was making money on calls and they were losing their premiums. I think that time is over,
people selling
personally.
calls were.
I still would not play weekly calls on AMC. We've identified that more than likely you would lose your premium. But Tuesday, I have decided that I am going to open a couple call options on AMC. Maybe $1 in the money or right on the money, maybe $2 in the money. I'm going to open a couple call options and I'm going to put them out past August because I do believe that we have events coming up, and that's my personal play, my personal decision.
Let's see, July
I'm not
3rd,
put too much into
22.
it because I don't want to blow all my premium out in case things go wrong, which I don't think they will. We've
that
got
was
Q2 positive coming in, Q3 starting off with an absolute bang.
Okay,
Q3 started July 1st. April 1st through June 30th was Q2 reporting session, so we crushed that. Q3 is July 1st through the next series of dates. which we're also doing pretty good on already, just starting out with minions getting close to 129 million. 17-cent EPS and is my pick. Ooh, wow, that's aggressive. That's, you know, I'm telling you, bro. Dude, Top Gun crossed $1 billion in Q2 alone. Multiverse of Madness hit $1 billion, and Jurassic World Dominion was over 600.
I mean, that's awesome.
Maybe 10. Yeah. So the call options, I'm gonna buy some in the money.
I mean, that's cool, but like, I mean, this is the last few quarters here. Well, okay, so let me unhighlight. Let me rehighlight. So these 3 quarters, this is 1, 2, 3, and then Q4 of 2022. So 2022 from right to left, Q1 through Q4. So he said Q2, whatever, you know, Top Gun, whatever, but you know, it was still a negative 24 cents per share earning. Now, of course, they managed to, you know, show a positive EBITDA, which you know, was cool, I guess, but it went back negative after that. And like their margins like took a even bigger shit after that quarter, like Q2 2022. So and their net income kept going down. Look at that. Yeah, Q1 was shit. Q2 was better. They only lost 100, you know, it was only 121 negative net income, but then it got worse. So yeah, they had more revenue that quarter. That's true. Look at these operating expenses just exploded. What the hell? How did their operating expenses double? Maybe that's a function of Q4. It appears to be higher in Q4. They got the lights, they got the projectors running more or something. I don't know. All right. Delayed by 9 minutes. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Well, we could you're not missing much. You're just, you know.
Last August, and I'm going to see what happens. July 15th, there is massive volume on AMC calls out to $145. So I'm not going to go too aggressive.
Out to $145. What strike did you get?
If I own my shares, that's what I'm looking for. But if I can make a good call option play, then, you know, that'll bolster my win. So anyways, that's what's going on with this. I'm going to cut the video off so people don't just flow into it and I keep rambling and all that garbage.
All right, cool. That works for me. Cut the video off. Done. Okay. So that was what they said at the time. It was like, you know, this is a good thing. It's a good thing. Adam Aaron was in the dark. He probably didn't know what was going on. They probably played him. The board, that Tolinaro guy, he played Adam Aaron. You know, you heard that. Heard Froggy say that. Like, all right, sure, okay. But here's Al from Boston. Okay. Actually, let's go back to this. This is Al from Boston as well. It's just a different Al from Boston video. So explosive, Adam Aaron is finally exposed as a liar, self-dealing fraud, and cheat. Court docs reveal. Okay, let's kick it off.
I just finished reading through this document.
Wow, he sounds like hey, this is Al.
The original.
This shit.
Hi, everybody. It's Al. I just finished reading through this document.
Is that really your name? You don't seem too, you know, enthused to say it. What the hell? What are you, under duress?
I just finished reading through this document. It's the original that was filed August 18th of last year. It was publicly available August 25th, and it's heavily redacted, but the facts are so damning. I've never seen anything like this before. I've only been doing this legal stuff for about a year in school, and
Oh, oh, I've only been doing this legal stuff for about a year in school. Hmm. Now that's interesting. Um, boy, I could have sworn that, he was a distinguished legal mind with years of experience litigating securities fraud cases. Oh, he's about a year. That means less than a year. What a grifter.
nothing really prepared me for what I was about to read in this. I have never seen anything like this before. The perversion's just it's just unprecedented. But
The
basically, this
perversion is unprecedented. I find it absolutely unbelievable that this is the most perverted thing he has ever read. I just I do not believe that. I do not accept that. No way.
is the legal summary, the case against Adam Aaron, the CEO of AMC, and it's a multi-part transaction that really helped AMC's majority owner Wanda to address a liquidity crunch. Now, there was a time where the Chinese were told to divest of American stocks not too long ago, and one of the transactions was Chinese and them getting out of AMC. Now, um, the transaction included the Wanda share repurchase, a special dividend, and a convertible share issuance. Now, in April of 2019, a plaintiff sued Wanda and the controller Wang. Wang is the guy in China, Jiang Wang. And of course, Aaron and four other members of the board for breaches of fiduciary duty, as well as Silver Lake
He must be in the library making this video, right? He's probably in the law library because he did a bunch of research and stuff.
for
So
aiding and abetting
got to
those
be quiet.
breaches. Now, I want to go through the motions and just kind of give you the rundown, get to the meat and potatoes. So after the
We're gonna have to speed
plaintiff
this up for
sued, the
sure.
board added two new
He
independent
took he
directors
took a Xanax. I'm gonna give him some amphetamine. Here we go.
that were appointed of what's called the
Ooh, yeah.
Special Litigation
Now
Committee,
there's some pep
SLC.
in his
Now, the
step.
SLC moved to stay the action while it completed its investigation. The SLC completed its investigation and filed its report in
There we
January
go.
of 21, which detailed damning WeChat messages between Adam Aaron and Wanda's lead negotiator. In those WeChats, Adam pledged his loyalty to Wanda and bragged about misleading AMC Special Committee to help Wanda serve approximately $500 million, say $500 million. And nonetheless, the SLC sought dismissal of all the plaintiff's claims. It's pretty bad. It's pretty damning. I want to read off some of the things in those WeChat messages. Adam Aaron pledged his loyalty to Wanda and bragged about misleading the special committee to help Wanda save approximately 500 million. Nonetheless, the SLP sought dismissal of all the claims. Why, I don't know. Through Zabata discovery, significant
Here, I'm gonna jump back to 2 minutes and 53 seconds. I want to see the beginning of this thing here. Okay, so this particular document here was filed in August of 2022. Okay. Originally filed August 18th, 2022, public version filed August 25th. So doesn't that basically straddle the ape issuance? It was originally filed August 18th. And the public version was filed on the 25th. Doesn't that, yeah, because it started on August 22nd. And then it was Thursday that the ape dividend came out, or I'm sorry, it was Monday, but it was Thursday, the 25th, that this public version of this was filed. And really, you could argue that that was the beginning of this. Let's see, what is it here? That was the beginning of what we could call a 90% drop in ape. Would you look at that? That day when this public filing came out, but the original was filed before ape came out, but the public didn't learn about it ostensibly until the 25th, Thursday, 3 days after the ape came out. That's when the precipitous drop of plus or minus 90% started for Ape. So that's interesting to me. I'm not saying it means anything. It's just maybe it's a coincidence. They don't believe in coincidences, so it has to mean something. Ape runs to $5. I'm gonna leave that on there for Ants. I think that was Ants trades. Too bad we can't go back to Al videos during the period he was AA fanboy. He probably dismissed the suit. Yeah, yep. Um, man, yeah, that's too bad. But uh, maybe we can find a time machine somewhere. 2 minutes and 53 seconds. Here we go back to there.
Production motion practice, which obtained critical interview memoranda initially held within privilege 5 depositions. The plaintiff was able to uncover important facts that were not part of the SLC report. The SLC report that Zhang had disposed of his phone with the incriminating WeChat messages with Aaron. But the SLP reporter asserted that the SLP had full access to WeChats and Adam Aaron's cell phone. As a fact, the SLC members acknowledged the disposition. There were actually 6 weeks of missing WeChat messages that did not recover. The report did not explain what Wanda and Adam Aaron tried to cover up with the existence of WeChat messages during the SLC investigation. The SLC evaluation expert, Compass Lexicon.
Probably some more perverse stuff, right? Probably some more perverse, explicit correspondence.
Simulating work with Adam Aaron, blah, blah, blah. Basically, something happened 6 weeks before then. It's just awful. But they were unable to uncover important facts and were not able to in the SLC's reports. But these facts include missing WeChat messages, attempts to cover up the existence of WeChat messages, and conflicts of interest, including
WeChat.
the SLC's lawyers and valuation expert. Ultimately, defendants agreed to pay $17 million to resolve the action. The plaintiff moved for the approval, and all fee expenses paid through the government. I'm sorry, through us, the shareholder. Overall,
through the government, no.
The accusation here is Adam Aaron is being accused of breach of fiduciary duty to AMC shareholders by pledging loyalty to Wanda and misleading and lying to AMC special committee. The case, the paperwork, the way it's suggesting he was acting on his own best interest and that of the company Wanda rather than its shareholders, which is just alarming.
Oh, is it? It's alarming. Oh my God, it's so alarming. I've never seen anything like this in my less than 1 year career of being a law student. This is so alarming.
That's on the board.
What an idiot.
So Adam Aaron began trying to solve Wanda's cash problem without informing anyone of the outside boards, which is illegal. In 2018, Aaron working with Goldman Sachs trying to find a buyer for Wanda's shares. Aaron anticipated in discussion with multiple potential private equity counterparties. By 2018, Goldman Sachs potential transaction with 4 sponsors had not.
Charlotte, we're glad you did not. Okay, we're happy to hear that. I mean, these guys are ridiculous. And quite frankly, I mean, how can anybody actually, like, unironically, like, seriously stand to listen to this crap, like, and take it seriously? Like, that has blown my mind for 2 years, and it continues to blow my mind. So, we commend you, Charlotte. Like, seriously.
Initially, anything to the outside investors. Mid 2018, Goldman Sachs pressed a potential PIPE investment by Silver Lake to reduce Wanda overhang. Before Aaron met with Silver Lake, he traveled to China to meet with Wanda and discuss potential ways Wanda could raise cash from holdings. Wanda told Aaron they need to raise blah, blah, blah in cash by reducing its position in AMC, directing Aaron to make that happen. Aaron said nothing to outside directors. That probably should have been made clear. Aaron met with Lee Whittinger, a managing partner at Silver Lake, to discuss the deal, was pulling together data for Silver Lake. Adam did not inform the board that this was happening. All backdoor stuff. On or around May 25th, Adam met with Wang.
So what is the hell is Froggy talking about? Adam Aaron didn't understand what was going on. They pulled a fast one on Adam Aaron. What? I mean, what? Now, admittedly, this filing came out in August, 4 days at whatever, after the Ape dividend came out. So, and Froggy's video is from July. So that was like I guess, preliminary thing. This is the application for settlement approval. So this is later and it's got, all the juicy, perverse details in it. But still, I mean, how far off was he? How far off was he? We got a sticker over in Telegram that I think, um, would seem it would seem that's Adam Aaron language would seem to be perfect here. Let me pull it up here. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can get this show up here without being too much of a nuisance. Here we go. Couple seconds. We'll have it. How far off was he? How far off was Froggy Stonks? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. I don't know what he was indicating the size of there, but yeah. Froggy Stonks. Nailing it. Okay. Enough.
To discuss the transaction in which Silver Lake would acquire all the substantial majority positions of Wanda's AMC position. Aaron represented to Wang flagged AMC's unexpected strong performance, blah, blah, blah. Adam did not tell the board about the discussions, and will Silver Lake it was blank to keep these discussions confidential. This is what I want to know what it is. It was illegal to keep these it was important or whatever to keep these discussions.
Well, there's more there than just the word illegal. So yeah, I don't know. Now, if it's you can unredact that shit, but anyway, I'm not gonna even go down that road.
Adam Aaron was flagged against AMC strong performance in a WeChat message to Zhang. As of July 30th, Silver Lake had determined that it couldn't get out of the buying of on 100%. Says Silver Lake posted AMC issue it blank.
That's not what it says at all. That is not what it says at all. Look at this. He can't even read.
As of July 30th, Silver Lake had determined that it couldn't get out of the buying of on 100%. Says Silver.
No, that's the word out is after buying, not out. They couldn't get out of buying. They couldn't get there on buying out Wanda 100%. Okay. They couldn't get out of buying. That's totally different meaning. Now, this is why this guy will never be a lawyer, because he's not reading carefully. This is what you say you're going to do. Why would you be this fucking sloppy and ridiculously fucking stupid about it? That tells me something. Anyway, but you know how I feel about this Muppet.
AMC issue it blank and convertible notes and proceed to repurchase blank's worth of stock from Wanda. The purchase of the change in the transaction structure would further increase AMC's leverage. And here the what he said right there. Pretty damning stuff.
He's not going to read it. It's so bad he's not going to read it.
He participated in discussions in multiple
I mean, and these are questions that analysts ask. What does he say again?
Purchase of the change in the transaction structure would further increase AMC's leverage. And here what he said right there.
He didn't say that. 4 different fucking people said this. Jesus Christ. God help anybody who is fooled by this clown if he somehow manages to become a fucking attorney. God help anybody who is fooled into hiring him to represent them. God damn it. That will never fucking happen, I hope. Jesus Christ.
Pretty damning stuff. He participated in discussions in with multiple private, potentially private equity counterparties, discussing a potential pipe investment by Silver Lake, basically to reduce the Wanda overhang. He didn't inform
pipe investment. Yeah, we all know what that means.
He warned Silver Lake to keep them confidential. So he's got other people involved. That's what the potentialities. Then Aaron went to China to meet with Wanda and discuss potential ways that Wanda could raise cash from its AMC holdings. Wanda told Aaron it needed to raise at least $500 million in cash by reducing his position in AMC and directing Aaron to make it happen. Make it happen, which means Adam Aaron got a cut. Adam Aaron got a cut of this. Aaron did not tell the board in the discussions, warned Silver Lake to keep their discussions confidential. Like I said,
where's he getting this from?
Then went to Goldman Sachs and discussed a potential
this is his
transaction with the force
unredaction.
Said anything to the outside directors.
Aaron this is his legal analysis.
Investment by Silver Lake to reduce the overhang. Like I said, he's acting in his own best interest because he's getting a piece of the money out of $500 million. $500 million. He's getting a piece of that. Yeah, that's our money.
It's not your money. How is it your money? were you? Oh my God. It's our money. He got our money. Wow.
Nonetheless, Adam Aaron pressed forward. The next day, Zhang sent Aaron a WeChat message saying Wanda had agreed to
Jesus.
move forward with the proposal. Boom, there it is.
I mean, it also, yeah, of course it's sleazy, but we don't know what these things say. Anyway,
The broad belated forms of a special committee. Okay. So
what?
July 4th,
Did he
Adam
just say broad? What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Oh my
a
God.
WeChat message saying Wanda had agreed to move forward with the proposal. Boom, there it is. The broad belated forms of a special committee.
This guy has a fucking fourth fourth grade reading level. Let me try that again. This guy has a fourth grade reading level. I mean, this is bad. Like, oh God. Like I remember being in school and like whatever. Like some people aren't great at reading. But you know, it's just like, oh my God, get through it already. No, it doesn't say
Okay.
broad. I
So
mean, what's on his mind? He's got broads on his
July
mind.
4th,
Okay.
Adam from the board for the first time of ongoing negotiations. Revealing there was blank, blank, blank. I'll cut out. The special committee told SLC that this was the first time they learned of the discussion with Silver Lake. 2018 Silver Lake since its initial term sheet. The next day, Kevin O'Connor, the general counsel, sent out two options for special committee counsel in Skaden. Somebody in Skaden. I don't know who the other person is. Aaron forwarded Connor's
Griffin.
email to the board. Standing special committee, Hill, Paulus, and Side, confirming that they had agreed to serve on the special committee and sharing Connor's recommendation. The committee agreed to select management choice of his counsel, and this special committee held its first call. Skaden was ready in attendance, so on and so forth. Basically, what happened is Aaron, was accused of, micromanaging, I would say, the negotiation process and lying to the special committee tasked with overseeing the negotiation. All right. He misled the committee about Wanda's willingness to pledge shares to backstop the rest of the reset the provisions and mislead the counteroffer proposed by Wanda. So they misrepresented
So
the counteroffer proposed by
that what he's talking, the words he's saying right now, this is like these are notes or something. Like he's not just saying that. He's not just providing this analysis like on the spot. I will push back against that always. So, based on what I'm hearing. So I want to know what he's reading there, where that's coming from, or what, his notes are based on there, because, basically what's happening here. Okay. According to whom? But let's just continue. We'll
Wanda.
never get through
He
this
also
video.
accused of boasting to Zhang, Wanda's representative, about his ability to persuade the special committee to move forward with Silver Lake, a private equity firm that had invested in AMC. Furthermore,
Okay, well, let's skip ahead. Fuck this.
Wanda claiming that there was no blood left in the stone. Also downplaying Wanda's willingness to further negotiate and contemplate retaliation against the special. This guy's a fucking crazy. He's a crazy guy. Later, it mentioned that we talked about that already with the Reuters article. It's just
Rooters.
but
Rooters.
the document describes, well, it goes on to describe Adam Aaron continued to play as a double agent. Wow, right? Double agent.
Wow. Wow. Never. Yeah, I couldn't imagine that, that's one reason why I don't envy this type of job is, it seems like you have to kind of do this sometimes, like what's best for, you have all these different interests, like the company itself and the board, I guess yourself, and then, you know, institutional investors, retail shareholder, shareholders. Um, and it's easy to say, well, okay, the CEO's job is XYZ, but it. I feel like they probably are double, triple, quadruple, quintuple, sextuple, septuple, octuple agents. They, in a sense, like, they have to play the game essentially. I'm not saying that, what he did was, I'm not making any judgment on any of this here. Um, like that, I want that to be clear because I'm not reading through this. He's also not reading through it, incidentally. No way he got a college degree. I mean, right, right? I mean, hell, how would you even graduate from high school with this reading level? But it is interesting. Okay, continuing here.
his actions in connection with this company's repurchase of
I'm just going to skip ahead
that's
because
what
he's not even reading.
between Zhang and Aaron. These messages showed Aaron's deception and manipulation in securing Wanda's share repurchase. Overall, it's just action and disregard.
Yeah, that's being read from somewhere. I don't know where.
AMC's unaffiliated shareholders that had a derivative claim that should be dismissed with prejudice. Now that's where you and I come in, right? That's us right there in a nutshell. Plaintiff proposed discovery on the SLC Wanda and successfully moved to compel the production of interview memoranda and personal verification of Wang's answers to the interrogatories. The plaintiff received and reviewed over 28,000 documents and conducted five.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to.
Is the special committee, Silver Lake, rejected. Text to that name, September 7th. Aaron again reiterated that we cannot let the special committee blow up this wonderful outcome. Wow. Yeah. There's your silverback. Lining his pockets. I've been working, and this is a week.
I mean, I feel like that's speculation. And I feel like he's really skirting defamation here. We'd have to know if it was true, I guess, but I mean, he's outright claiming that, I don't know. Let's keep
that message.
going.
I've been working over Wanda for almost an hour, and the share deposit cap that Black Pepper shares formally said yes. This was curse word, and it was
Like, this doesn't surprise me, and it doesn't upset me. I'm not an AMC shareholder, so I don't have a dog in that fight. But like, this is what I would expect pretty much. Like, these people are not your friends, like we talked about last night. They're not your friends. They're not there for your benefit, and they're not altruists. Like, the only one, and he was fake anyway, the only effective altruist, I guess that means something. I don't know. Was Sam Bankman-Fried, who was a complete fraud, allegedly, hypothetically, allegedly, supposedly. But I mean, nope. That's why it's so bizarre that the Chancery person would say that. I mean, I think they were being a bit facetious or ironic or something. Maybe ironic. Anyway,
get done. This was curse word. This is goddamn fucking impossible to get out until the very last minute. There's no further record of the special committee's discussion of Aaron and Mughal Zadazan's communication that evening. Connor wrote to Gaden to
yes,
logistics of formal employment, blah, blah,
I
blah.
can. I mean, I don't know. It's like which one's worse, but yeah, just for something different. Yeah, because it's so painful. I mean, that is some painful shit right there. Ugh, God. Okay, Tony. Let's see. Do we have a link to it over there? I think we do. Yep. All right, here we go. So Tony DeNaro covered it.
Bill
Here.
asking.
Oh, and the Massalorian. Massolorian.
Can you update us on the Lao $17 million lawsuit? All right, let me just pull this document up real quick. And now I have only gone over this. Tony just directed me to the document itself.
Now, this is from July 3rd, so I think this is going to be thin on the details, but it'll still be interesting to see what they say.
Was pertinent to jump on right away because I didn't.
I wonder if he covered it after, probably not, but I wonder if he covered the other document after it came out a few days after Ape was issued and they found out all this crap. But they didn't find out about it because nobody covered it then. So that's funny. This is the crux of retroactive DD right here, because everybody was too busy speculating about Ape and all that shit. I mean, think about it. Ape was a distraction to these details. Ape was a distraction to these details. Prove me wrong. because they were distracted by it. They were 100% distracted. Okay,
read the whole
continuing.
thing. So,
Oh, who has time to read the whole thing of anything?
go
Yeah,
over
fuck
it,
it.
but I'll just drop in this one little thing real quick, and the basic understanding of what's going on here, and that is where I found this on page 2 here. It says, "Are we up here? Are we pulled up?"
Yep.
Yeah. Let me put this big. On page 2, it says, "Oh my God, here we go." As described in paragraph 22 below, the settlement provides for a cash payment of $17.375 million, which, after deducting any fee and expense award to plaintiff's counsel and any applicable taxes, will be paid to AMC. Because this action was brought in derivative action, which means that it was brought on behalf and for the benefit of AMC, the benefits for the settlement will go to the company. Individual AMC stockholders will not receive any direct payment from the settlement. Please note there is no proof of claim from stockholders to submit in connection, or form for stockholders to submit in connection with this settlement, and stockholders are not required to take any action in response to this notice. So it has nothing to do with retail. Now, T, I'll tee that up for you, T. You know the rest of this. What page do you want me to go to?
I was going to pull it up because which part are we talking about?
I was gonna pull it up because
I'm on the
wait, where are we at again?
three
I mean,
pages here.
I know what you were just talking about, but what are you wanting me to? What are you trying to lead me into talking about?
Oh, I was gonna say, do you want? I was gonna go. Well, I was gonna go right into the second part here on page 36, 37, when it says, current AMC stockholders who wish or continue to own shares may have, it says common stock as of the date of settlement, may file a written objection without any appeal. But like none of this really applies to us, right?
I think there was, the first thing when I woke up and heard about this is people were saying AMC just lost a lawsuit. And technically, I mean, it was mediated, and technically Linda Lau, the plaintiff, I guess won because there was a payout. But the funny thing was that the payout came from AMC's CEO and executive insurance company, and the payout went to AMC, I guess, on behalf of shareholders, because Linda Lau.
See, they don't understand why, because, and I remember this now, that it was confusing because why, why is AMC getting? It's because of Adam Aaron's actions. See, when that part of it didn't come out until right after the ape dividend came out. So again, I say the ape. I mean, I'm not saying that it was 100% the only reason for the ape dividend, the ape split, whatever you want to call it. I'd say dividend. But, you know, and I'm not saying that there's no such thing as coincidences. That's also important to keep in mind here. But, um, I'll borrow, a Lewism. Please understand that, that, yeah, I don't think it was a coincidence personally, but that's my opinion. I don't know how we would prove that because I think that um, there was a good reason why, and here and this also speaks to informed investing versus uninformed investing, because what happened? I mean, it's just so crazy. What happened the day that this new information came, not what they're talking about here, but what the stuff that Al was talking about here. Again, this that kicked off. Let's kick it off. That kicked off the 90% sell-off. So I'm not trying to, piece together a conspiracy here. I'm just looking at what we know, dates when things happened, and is it possible? Is it possible that institutional investors, funds, hedge funds, banks, etc., not retail investors. So we're talking about the quote unquote smart money, informed investors, whatever you want to say. Okay. Because retail investors would buy, retail investors are irrelevant. Okay. Now, what is the reason for this sell off? You know, Did this have anything to do with it? The fact that all these details about Adam Aaron's bullshit that he did, yada, 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 all this shady shit that caused AMC's executive insurance to kick in and pay back the company for money that they lost because of Adam Aaron's bullshit. Did that have anything to do with this? I don't know. I don't know if there's a way we could know, but goddamn, it's pretty goddamn convenient. Pretty goddamn, coincidental, if you will. Now, what happened to my Tony video? Here it is. All right.
Pissed about something. What was she
Yeah,
pissed?
clearly.
She sued over
What was she pissed about? What was she pissed about?
unsecured convertible notes sold to Silver Lake. Looking on page 2.
I don't think it was just that,
Again, I
but
skimmed over all 100 pages of this, 92 pages of it early this morning, just looking for what's the net. The net is AMC didn't have to pay anything. AMC got paid. So at the end of the day, this is not really a lawsuit to worry about. It's done. There was a media.
ooh, there it is. I have a feeling that that is why Manuel wanted. Well played, sir. Well played.
The company made
What's up,
money.
Jorge?
Maybe our executive insurance premiums are going to go up.
Yes. Yeah, that's what we got out of it. That's the conclusion me and Tony came to right before we came on, was that the premium's probably going to go up a little bit, and just stuck 17 million in their pocket. And what they decided to do with that, I guess, is up for debate, right?
Yeah,
Well,
I didn't read through it in an effort to become an expert on 92 pages of legalese. I just wanted to know, what's the bottom line? Did we lose?
Yeah.
Did we win?
That's
Are we
all I
going to
wanna
get
know.
paid?
well, the problem is that things are more nuanced than that. Things are much more nuanced than that.
And
You can't boil it down to something that simple. You can't boil it down.
I came to almost the very last page after speed reading 90 other pages, and like, oh, AMC got paid, so that's not really that bad.
That must be good.
Now I know
Yeah, see?
everyone's asking.
That must be good. AMC got paid, so that must be good. AMC got paid by their own fucking insurance company. By the by by the entity that insures the company against let's say questionable actions or actions that cause fiduciary harm to the company by board members. So
What are they going to do with that $17 million?
they're going to divide it among the 4 million apes.
But $17 million in light of AMC's total cash on hand is kind of like it's an asterisk.
Yeah, we still got over $1 billion in our pocket.
It's an afterthought.
Still got over $1 billion. How's that going? How's that going?
Yeah, absolutely.
There was one other interest.
So, Chuck, all of this lawsuit here that they're addressing, this is stuff that came out in 2022. It's dealing with stuff that happened like in 2018. So I don't know if this would have changed if they had if the apes had authorized, allowed AMC to issue authorize the shares, excuse me, in 2021. But um, I think you're absolutely right when it comes to the ape dividend, the ape share itself. I think that they wouldn't have had to do it, or maybe they still would have had to do it. But I clearly, to me, this was a way to get around the fact that the apes said, no, we want our squeeze first. And the fact that they're still saying that, and they don't, and like a group of shareholders, like the Allegheny pension, whatever, they like where are these people? What kind of workers are these? Like, what the hell kind of thinking is this? Like, um, they don't want the company to. I just don't get it. I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. Like, shareholders denied the company the ability to raise money. So what are they going to do? And you want them to have a short squeeze. So, like, I mean, the apes do. I don't know about the pension. Maybe they're just long-term investors or something. I don't know, but they're probably not. They're probably apes. They're probably, you know, I don't know. I don't know, but none of this with the ape thing probably would have happened, I would say. I mean, I don't know what other people's opinions are on this, but I mean, but the lawsuit that they're discussing now, right now, is one that reflects things that happened in 2018 with the Chinese Wanda Group that was like a major owner of AMC at that time. Um, and the reason that we're looking at it now is because somehow, um, and I don't even know. I guess it's because Adam Aaron is under the spotlight now by the apes. They're actually looking into this stuff again. So this video came out that we're looking here July 3rd, but you know, um, this one. We saw one, from Al from Boston, you know, from today. Like this was, basically breaking news. No, I mean, this stuff's been out for months. So anyway, but they're doing retroactive DD. Now they're deciding to look into this stuff. Guess what? This was out months ago. All of this, but now because of the current lawsuit, and remember, Al from Boston said, "Oh, look, Adam Aaron's gotten sued so many times. It's a record. Nobody's ever been sued this much." No, that honor goes to Trump. But anyway, um, I don't know. Fartaculus deleted his video attacking the Marine. God damn it. I was going to watch that too. Damn it. Charlotte thinks that Adam gave up on the ape share as a gift. Now he is in it for AMC. Well, I don't think it was a gift ever. I mean, it wasn't a gift. It's like if you took, if you have $1,000 and you took $250 out of the bank and gave it to yourself, and then that $250 you took to the casino and gambled down to $5. That would that to me, that's the analogy. But anyway, Ape was a split. They called it a special dividend, but yeah, it was a split basically. Um, and the reason that they did it with another ticker, this preferred thing, was because they didn't have the shares authorized in the of the common stock A, the Class A common stock, but they did have 50 million of these preferred shares, which equates to 5 billion of the ape units. So that's why they did it. So yeah, Chuck, I mean, they wouldn't have had to do that if anyway. All right. This is hilarious though.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was one other interesting page on here.
Good night, Susan.
Somewhere in the middle of this document, in case any of you are thinking about suing anyone related to a stock at some point.
Uh-oh.
There was some verbiage in here. Maybe I can find the page that said this lady, Linda Liu, she had to attest and confirm that
it is not Lou. In no world is that Linda Liu.
She is still holding stock and has held it throughout this entire lawsuit. So if you're thinking about suing somebody,
because you know why, but I don't know why she would have to hold it through the lawsuit, but anyway,
because
whatever.
of a squeeze or manipulation or whatever, that might be something that you want to read and then judge. I'm not an attorney, so I can't answer questions about what grounds anybody would ever have to sue anybody over a stock. But in my general understanding,
well, I guess you'd find out in a few months.
Is if you're going to sue somebody, you have to actually have damages, like you're still holding the stock, right? If you voluntarily sold something and then later something happened.
So this is Tony's way of saying don't sell. That's what it sounds like to me.
You're SOL.
Yeah, as far as I understand, you are out of the play because you made a voluntary decision, and then something happened later. That only affects the people that are still holding it at that point.
Which is why I firmly and strongly.
Charlotte, basically, from what I can gather, AMC and the pension fund came up with a settlement, and they wanted to force that settlement. You know, they basically wanted to just go ahead and settle the case and be done with it. And the judge did not allow that to happen. So that's all. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that it won't happen. It's just that it didn't happen on this accelerated timeline. And then Donahue George said earlier that he called the court today, and they told him that the hearing that was supposed to be on April 27th has been canceled, and that there are currently no future dates for hearings or anything else in this case that are currently scheduled. So what I said was the next step in this case is the judge approving the settlement, you know, being approved by the judge, and the whole thing going forward as planned, or, you know, after this settlement or whatever the settlement. That's my prediction. I think I think the judge just probably wants to get rid of this goddamn thing. And also the complaints about that the pension fund has about it. Personally, I'm not quite sure how valid they are, but you know, the court may be willing to say, okay, well, just, you know, you're going to pay this much to these people. All right, that's fine. That'll make up for it. Good enough. And that'll just continue. So I don't think personally that the judge would, you know, disallow the merging. I don't think that they've said anything about that even. I don't think that they've commented on that at all. Just that they weren't going to approve the you know, the quick settlement. But that's the best I can gather. You know, if anybody else has any other, you know, if I'm messing any of that up, feel free to let me know, put it in the chat. But I don't think that the judge gave any objections to the merge itself. It was just settlement of that particular case. So
Still believe
I don't know if
that's why Wanda held on to those 10,000 shares way back when they sold all of their AMC position out. They held on to 10,000 measly shares. Why? I don't know, but that would make sense, right? If there was going to be any type of class action lawsuit or anything like that, Wanda would be able to get in on it because they still own 10,000 shares.
I don't think you can just, I don't know.
Otherwise, why not just liquidate your entire position, right? If you're supposed to be getting out of it, get out of it, right?
Yeah, or maybe they were required to hold a little bit because of this lawsuit that they were in. Who knows? You know, not my area of expertise. This is just total speculation.
Yeah, I don't think any of it is. I don't think any of this is. But anyway, you know.
Do I think that's the case? I don't know. I don't really think that's the case. I don't think that's the case.
All right. I think that's enough. What I do think, though, is that that's enough of Tony. I found this AMC Mailman. AMC Mailman, one video. Two views. Well, now, I don't know how I found this. I don't know how these types of channels come up ahead of my channel in search results. Figure that one out. But anyway, let's see what he's got to say. I'm always looking for new grifters or, you know, new. Boy, oh boy, oh. He is indeed a mailman. Okay, well, that part of it's not clickbait.
Oh boy, man, we got this. Money than what you owe me. I am a AMC holder. I am a ape holder. I am a ape and AMC holder. Man, bro. Y'all already know
Does this reflect well upon the United States Postal Service? I don't know.
what's going on. The good news. You can take it as good news, you can take it as bad news. It don't really matter. I don't care because some people don't like it. Some people who it don't matter, baby. The stock plunges, you know, but it's okay. But the ape skyrocketed because we going to the Mizoon. You already know. But anyway,
the Mizoon.
Shout out to Chris. I'm on this.
Going to Mizzou.
Crazy.
You're going to Mizzou.
Crazy. There's so many 600 people in here. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to everybody. April. Shout out to all y'all. Y'all the goats. I love y'all, bro. But I'm gonna turn y'all down. Yeah. But anyway, y'all already know what's going on. All right, so we got the AMC stock has plunged 22% after company agrees to settlement terms opening up for the ape conversion. Man, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. So they settled the little court date, whatever.
April 4th.
Whatever. Blah, blah.
So this was right after, you know, April Fool's weekend when all that shit came out. Maybe that was all bullshit. Well, I mean, it was, but. Okay, here's another short Al from Boston. So breaking, you know what that means. I'm not as quick as I'm not as quick as Jim Cramer, but where is it? Here it is. Breaking Judge Zern's opinion on Adam Aaron's past conduct in the Linda Lau, or if you're Tony Franzetti, Linda Liu versus AMC case. I'll tell you what, let's kick it off.
All right, it's Al from Boston. Let's just take a minute here to absorb what's about to be heard. This is Vice Chancellor.
Let's take a minute here to absorb what's about to be heard. I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. That sounds like, I mean, Chat GPT doesn't talk that retarded, okay? What is wrong with this guy? What is wrong with this guy? And look at his trends here, too. This is so cringe. This should be cringe for you. Adam Aaron, CBDC, defund the BBC, Gensler, blacks. Oh my God. This guy is a
Zern's opinion of Adam Aaron.
Oh my
this
God.
was a document that was established. I'm going to read it off to use the chance again. Because I know who you're all on the edge of your seats, because I know you did not do your actual research.
Here's the first-year law student, Al from Boston. Show us how good you read.
Because I know read it off to use the chance again. Because I know who you're all on the edge of your seats, because I know you did not do your actual research last time around. Here's information from the settlement in the one.
That's a slam, by the way. That is a low-key slam. Yeah, we know that you didn't do actual, unactual, whatever. You didn't do any fucking research last time around.
It gives me pause about Adam Aaron's character. It was like bragging. I really disliked. I also agree.
I mean, that is poor reading skill.
Plaintiffs that she would have been been able to establish Aaron's.
Oh my God. I mean, he might be like, even if he says the words properly, he doesn't know how to read sentences. So I'm not even gonna bother with this. This is just garbage. I believe I pulled this video up, but what's the point? It says right here, the part that's interesting, I guess, is at the bottom. The CEO demonstrated clearly divided loyalties that members of the special committee described as, quote, disappointing, disturbing, and beyond fathom, unquote. The special committee was far from an effective bulwark against his overreaching. With such poor dealing, it would not be surprising for a court to eventually find that the price was unfair. Aaron's bragging about saving Wanda $25 million at the minority shareholders' expense contributes to this problem. Okay. So that's the extent of this whole video, this passage here. So, all right, that's enough of that. That is enough of that. So, look, we have Jack Hunter talking about the $17 million lawsuit. There's the mailman guy. The courts called Adam Aaron a double agent. Wow. Wow. The courts called him that. Yes, the courts did. Yep. That was the court's opinion. Here's the BAM update. Oh, that'll probably be the last video here. Peter C says, what I don't understand is if we retail supposedly own 80% of the float, how the hell did the retail vote for Ape or this new conversion? Why would anyone vote for diluting the shares? Let me answer the last question first. Why would anyone vote for diluting the shares? Because the company needs to raise money. And typically, people who invest in companies are interested in the company itself. They want to see the company do well. They want to see the stock price go up. But they also understand that it takes money to make money. In other words, if you are, uh, you know, operating a business, you need to have money. You need to have capital in order to do things like buy inventory, pay your employees, pay the utilities, all that kind of stuff. If you're not making money, if you're losing money, then that has to come from somewhere. You're either going to have to borrow that money or you're going to have to go out and sell shares to, investors to raise that money. If people are interested in a short squeeze, then, I can understand why. Uh, I guess. I mean, I don't know that it really matters. But it's because the company needs to raise money. That's why. And presumably some shareholders uh, do. So, but to me, what the silliest thing is being anti-dilution, but expecting a short squeeze. Because, the catalyst for a short squeeze, it really is, I mean, and Manuel said it earlier too, there has to be, shares available to short, which the apes have reacted against, and they, turned off share lending and all that stuff. Why? You want a short squeeze. Why would you not want as much short interest as possible? Lend out those shares. Let them use them. Why would you not want to? Why would you not want that? That makes no sense to me. Number one. Number two, so short interest is one, and make as much available as possible. Number two is price going up for some reason. The price has to rise on its, not because of short covering. The price has to rise. There has to be a catalyst that sparks the price going up to where short positions become massively unprofitable and then they, start closing it. So it's not, it's not, it's not compatible. Like if you're starving the company of capital, what would be the catalyst for the price to go up? Makes no sense. And you could say it's not about fundamentals, but fundamentals includes many good reasons why a stock could go up. So why would you not want the company to do well, continue operating? Like without money, it's without oxygen, a candle cannot burn. When you enclose a candle in a jar, like turned upside down, the candle will go out because there's no fuel. There's nothing for it to burn. So it's the same thing with a company. You're basically starving the company. Anyway, now Chuck put the message there, but he retracted the message. I don't know why he did. Apes never owned 90%, 80% of the float. That's the reality of it. And in fact, Adam Aaron never said that retail investors own 80% of the float or 90% of the float, whatever he said. because that's not what he said. Oh, yeah, he said those words, but he also said other words that were, important that the apes and their influencers just ignored because they ignore things that they either don't understand or that they know um, doesn't really look good. So what Adam Aaron said, and let me just pull up the tweet so I don't have to, remember it. And by the way, shorts don't really kill stocks. Um, you know, it it doesn't really work like that. Every short is a guaranteed future buyer. It's a temporary deal. And if there's strong buying, you know, all the short sellers doing is selling a share. If there's a lot of buying interest, the short sale really has no effect. It's just another share that can be sold. Um, so I don't think that shorts kill stocks. What kills stocks is, poor fundamentals and like an underlying reason that the company is, uh, you know, not valued at the price that the market currently shows. Um, but it's easier, I guess, just to vilify short sellers and say that it's, you know, that they short companies into the ground, and that's why Toys R Us went out of business, and it's just not true. Um, okay, what was I looking up? Oh yeah, Adam Aaron's tweet. Adam Aaron. Shit. I'll find it here in just a second. Um, buys are always the same number as sells. So in order for somebody to sell a share, somebody has to be willing to buy it. So there are the same number of buys and sells. This is something that, I know why people say that. I understand the thought process. Um, and people do say this. They say, well, if there's more buying than selling, the price should go up. But the reality is, in order for a trade to happen, there has to be a buyer and there has to be a seller. That makes sense? How could there be somebody selling without somebody buying? How could there be somebody buying without somebody selling? They have to go together. That is a trade. That and only that is a trade. So, but I understand people say that and my browser just might have screwed up. Why can't I find this? Or well, I couldn't even hang 1 second here. Just trying to do a Google search and it's like hanging. Uh, all right, well, okay. Uh, apparently I can't do a Google search anymore. This is what I got here on this browser right here. I just tried to search. Yeah. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Okay. Well, anyway, I'll just go back to Charlotte's question. So yeah, I mean we've gone over it before, and I can't really stay on the stream too much longer. Um, I need I need an editor. I need a video editor, like not a program. I need an actual like person or AI to like go through streams and clip out sections. Like there's so many, I think, informative sections where we look at things like this and talk about it. But it's lost in like a 3 hour stream, So I need somebody to to get those 5 to 10-minute sections and pull them out and make them separate videos. That would be fantastic. You know, and shit, I would probably be willing to pay somebody to do it, but just out of my pocket. But anyway, Lou, are you out there? So, but here's the thing with buying and selling. So let me think of a good analogy. Well, I can't think of a good analogy, but basically, you know, you can buy with a market order, which says, I want to buy at the price, whatever it is now. Just whatever the price is currently, I want to buy shares at that price. Or you can buy with a limit order. So, um, which is saying, I only want to buy at this price, or I only want to sell at this price. So you have control over the price. With a market order, you don't have control over the price. And I'm not able to do anything here. So I guess this is the end. Um, so you can either buy at whatever the price is, the market price, or you can buy at a limit price and say, I only want to pay this much. So it's like if you've ever been to an auction, you know, you might bid on an item up to a certain point, and then you might not be interested anymore. Or you might be willing to just keep, I want this item. I need to have this. I'm just going to keep bidding and I'm going to be the high bidder. Okay. So that's two things there. You can be like passive and say, I'm only willing to pay $1,500 for this painting. Or you could say, you know what? I don't care if it's $1,000,000. I have to have it. That's an aggressive buyer. Okay. So what it comes down to is market orders are aggressive orders. You don't care what the price is. You just want to buy it. Limit orders are passive orders. You're saying, I'm only willing to pay this much. I'm only willing to accept this much. Your shares might not get executed. So what it comes down to is there more aggressive buyers or more aggressive sellers? And that is really what to look at. In other words, is it just a bunch of people sitting around waiting for the price to get to this level? Or is it people that are going out there and saying, you know what? This is too low, this is too high, but I'm going to buy, I'm going to sell. Those orders, those orders are the ones that move the price by and large. The orders where you're standing around, sitting on your hands saying, I'm only going to buy it if it gets this cheap. Congratulations, that does nothing to move the price. So it's aggressive buying versus aggressive selling because there's the same number of buyers as sell the same number of shares are bought as are sold. Excuse me. So just keep in mind the person at the auction who has to have the item, you know, they have to have it. They're willing to pay as much as possible, as much as necessary. That person is going to move the price more than somebody who says, you know what, I'm only willing to pay $100. I'll bid up to 100 and then I'm done. Is the price going to go any higher then? Maybe. But if the other person is there who has to have it, you can bet it probably will. And especially if you have 2 or 3 people like that, you know, that price is going to shoot up. That is the thing. That is the analogy. That is what causes stock prices to go up and down. It's the aggressiveness of the buyers and sellers. Um, hopefully that makes sense. I wish I had more time to go into it now, but I don't. KK can't understand. We need to raise money, but box office sales are supposedly great. Example: Mario Brothers concession popcorn at Walmart. Um, you know, again, these are things that the ape influencers have been touting this whole time. You know, why would it be? I can't get to any page. I would have to close the browser. That would kill the stream. But go look at the earnings reports from 2021 and 2. You know, go look at the earnings reports from Q2 of 2022. Uh, go look at the earnings reports when Top Gun Maverick was out. All these big movies. Okay, you see their revenue went up. You see that their revenue went up and now all this kind of stuff, but they still didn't make money. They still didn't make money. Okay, and as far as comparing AMC to Cinemark, I can't get to any page here. I would pull up. Maybe I can here. Oh, good. All right. Maybe we can pull up the earnings here and let's take a look at it. But you know, you can't really compare companies can't compare stock prices like that. First of all, and AMC people should understand this. The number of shares that are outstanding, the number of shares there are influences the price. Okay. So if there were the same number of shares, maybe you could make those comparisons. But, Manuel's saying here that Cinemark has fewer shares than AMC. AMC keeps diluting. AMC keeps diluting. Okay. And and they've been losing money. So, I mean, dilution alone, okay, who else diluted their stock? Tesla diluted their stock, you know. So I mean, I'm not disagreeing, just saying that's one aspect. That's one aspect. But Tesla's fundamentals improved and all that kind of stuff. So, not to mention they're like a forward-looking, thinking, modern, futuristic company, not a 100-year-old, dinosaur. But that's besides the point. So, yeah. Um, in light of that, I mean, let's look at before we do that, let's look at the number of shares. So they have 107 million shares in the float. That's like what, 1/5 of what AMC has? 1/5 of what AMC has. Okay, so that's something. Now, also, let's see, let's go back to this earnings thing here. We want to see balance. Yeah. Okay. So they have some long-term debt. Okay. Now I'm going to try to do something here. It's, oh, good, it worked. So AMC has 500 million shares in the float. Um, all right. So, I mean, I think that you can see this, and this should mean something, hopefully. Why are we on 21 here? Okay, so I was looking at the wrong side. All right, Cinemark here, total equity. Okay, now it says total equity. What is total equity? Total equity is what's left after subtracting total liabilities from total assets. It represents the amount that belongs to the joint stock company. It includes shareholders' equity and minority interest. Okay, so this represents the value of the investor's share in the securities or company. Okay, investors who own shares in the company are usually interested in the equity of the company represented by their shares. So Cinemark total equity. Now it has gone down over this period, but still, okay. 119.5 million. 119.5 million. AMC's total equity negative 2.62 billion. Billion with a B. Okay. This company is in horrible financial shape. Absolutely dreadful. Okay. So, and another way to look at this is book value per share. It's when you take um so it's basically total equity divided by the number of shares, or the other way around, or whatever. It's, you know, here's what's left when we take what we have and minus take out of that what we liabilities. When we take that and divide it among all the shareholders and all of the shares, what are you left with? Well, Cinemark's got 92 cents positive. AMC has negative $2.11. So they have a massive amount of liabilities, 11.6, 11.7 billion, as compared to, and I just want total liabilities, 4 billion at Cinemark. So over twice, almost three times the debt. There you go. There's your reason. One of the reasons. You know, and so how does that work out? How does that divide out to shares that in terms of representing equity? It's negative $2. So these two companies can't be compared just by looking at the stock price. They just can't. And I don't know. What do you think? This is a rhetorical question. Would you be more interested if you were, I mean, I'm not even talking about a squeeze, I'm not talking about Moass, I'm not talking about anything other than you're trying to invest in companies that you think will be more highly valued in the future. You want to put money in now so that when later you've earned money, there's more money, the stock price went up, basically. Who's more likely to do that? Somebody who has, $4 billion in debt, or somebody who has basically 12 billion, three times as much, $12 billion in debt? Who is going to have the easier time digging out of that hole? Just to, the layperson like you and me. I mean, I would say the person with, or the company with less debt. More debt coupled with, negative earnings, it, that doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. All right. So be careful about this retroactive DD. And speaking of retroactive DD, I mean, oh no, I can't do it. Oh man, boy, that is disappointing. Oh, we get a
Ladies and
little bit of
gentlemen,
BAM.
It is 9:47 a.m. in San Francisco, California on April the 12th. Please note that all discussions, analysis, and information presented are for general informational and educational purposes only and should not be construed as financial or any other form of professional advice. So, really impressive price action here from my perspective here today in AMC. And then I just updated you guys on Ape as well. So Ape looks really good. I would put Ape into the same category as that I talked about with the meme stock comment, and some really nice looking zones of strength for the month of April. So here's a quick review of the 5-minute chart for AMC to start with. You guys know coming into this week, late last week and coming into this week, we had two retests on the board, one at 525.
was a distraction from the Linda Lau settlement. Ape was a distraction to investors to divert and distract attention away from all of the bullshit that's in the documents that were released publicly on August 25th, 2022. Ape came out, started trading on August 22nd. Those documents, that filing was filed in the court before August 2022. So like August 18th, I think. August 18th, it's filed. August 22nd, Ape comes out. August 25th, the filing goes public that has all this damning evidence about Adam Aaron and his cozy relationship with Wanda. This is the hold on. This right here is the 25th. This is the beginning of the 90% sell-off on Ape. Because unlike retail investors, this is my theory. This is just my, me postulating here, or as some might say, talking out of my ass. But we know, we can be reasonably sure that the apes, by and large, are not informed. They're not informed investors. Wall Street, however, institutions, funds, banks, etc., they're more likely to be informed. This sell-off happened the day that filing came out. It started that day. The apes don't believe in coincidences. They say there's no such thing. I don't say that, but in this case, like I don't blanket say that about everything, but in this case, I, like I said before, um, like all good, like evidence-based research, the conclusion is we need to do more research on this. we need to look at this more closely. But boy, I find that to be very interesting. I find it to be very interesting. And we also looked at people like Tony DeNaro, who said back then in July when some of the documents came out, oh, well, see, AMC, they didn't lose. And they're actually getting paid $17 million from their insurance company. Yeah, because Adam Aaron, yeah, because Adam Aaron, your own insurance company had to clean up Adam Aaron. Oh, what was that, Lou? Yeah, they had to do a cleanup operation. They had to do a cleanup operation. The insurance company had to come in and literally pay AMC, which is the person that, pays the insurance premium, millions of dollars. This happened at the same time the Ape dividend split came out. I'm telling you, this was intended to be a distraction. Now, it was also intended to be a way to get around dilution. And hey, they got to do what they got to do, raise money. I'm all on board for that. But how shady and sleazy, especially given the fact that Adam Aaron was using WeChat. WeChat. They used fucking WeChat. I mean that's hilarious. I mean that like that yeah. And he was saying, like shit, there's no more blood in the stone. Like what the fuck? Anyway, I would and until somebody actually provides some, I mean, and I admittedly this is speculation, but until I hear some good arguments against it, I mean, I don't think that is out of the realm of possibility, at least, because we know we have evidence that AMC does this kind of thing. They do this kind of thing. NFTs, you know, all that kind of shit. All these promotional items, like Wyckoff Mining and their goddamn silver coins. Anyway, but listen to Bam here. This is like the epitome of brain dead. Listen to this.
I want to not forget that I have a 4810 retest level sitting. So as price started to move down through here, you can see we created a hidden retest level, one here and one here.
This is the ape split gap here. Okay, just so we're clear, that's the ape split gap. It's right at the end of August, right there, August 22nd. Okay.
Those were both retest.
Just for so everybody's clear, that was this. Where is it? Where is it? Probably not going to show as such here, but yeah, it happened right here. Right here. Oh shit. Wrong kind of line. It happened right here. But because TradingView adjusts the chart, we can't see the gap. But they adjusted everything before this gap, but this all used to be higher. All right.
Tested on the spike into July of 2020.
And I don't know why his screen cuts out. I'm guessing because he uses OBS and he is bringing something up in front of the window, which it does not like in certain instances, and it will blank out the video. Anyway.
22, we hit this 2140 retest level and this 2480. Price again moves down, and you can see that the algorithm's trying so hard to destroy the stock that you're creating more and more, more often than not, you're creating a hidden retest level in the stock in AMC, and that is specifically because these guys are trying to pummel the stock so severely. So anyway, what we have now is we have this retest level, hidden retest level here that was left behind on August the 18th of 2022, and that's at the 2175 level. We have a price gap here, so that means that people following sort of just basic technical analysis 101, obviously you're going to see this price gap and think that if price can start to turn up here, that's a logical bogey to shoot for, especially if price can move back above this February spike high and then this
let's shoot for the gap. Let's shoot for the ape split gap. Yeah, that's a bogey we can shoot for. What is wrong with this guy? He doesn't even say that that's where ape split happened. I don't even know if he knows that that's where it happened. He just sees a gap because the algorithm is trying to destroy the stock. This is some of the worst shit I have ever heard. By the way, this guy sucks. Bam, Jim Savoldi is a lifelong grifter. He's been peddling the same worthless fucking products for years under various names. It's garbage, total fucking garbage. But it's interesting because he's a West Coast grifter. He's from the Bay Area. He's a West Coast grifter. Just a different breed. All right.
Posted back in December of 2022. The way my work is you basically take the price bar that trades down through this through these uptrend lines, right? And that's how I find these hidden retest levels within this huge open price gap. So whereas standard technical analysis just shows a price gap here and sort of a generic area there, anywhere from
generic price gap,
$13.02 all the way up to $17.50, and they're just looking for some
what like $5, $6? Oh, right, $5, $6. Huh? What do you know?
Kind of a gap fill, but with no real target. Using behavioral analysis, we have two targets. We've got a 1375 hidden retest.
How is that behavioral analysis? You just made a trend line and you extended it through a gap. That's not behavioral analysis, is it? I don't know.
1550 hidden retest. As we move forward, you guys can see we posted the lowest intraday low on January the 6th at the $3.77 level. The reason that's really important, and I've noted it here, is because on this recent pullback, price did not move below that 377 intraday.
Congratulations.
The reason that's important is because then that means that this entire expanding megaphone melt-up fractal structure is intact. And we think that that will
Wait,
come into
what? What did he call that?
That's important because then that means that this entire expanding megaphone melt-up fractal structure.
Expanding megaphone melt-up structure. Fractal structure. Expanding megaphone melt-up fractal structure. Where in the world do you come up with that? I do not know. It starts on January 6th, though, 2023. Expanding megaphone melt-up fractal structure. Well, I'm not seeing that here, really. I guess he's trying to call, this here, like this being like higher highs and I guess lower lows. I don't know. That's what I think people will call a megaphone type pattern. Like it would look more like this, though. Hold on. Not like this. It would look more like this. I mean, and we know this. The apes know this. They know this pattern here. Trey knew this pattern, except it was the other way. But yeah, megaphone, like, so that's what it would have to be. Can you group things? Can you? Oh, there we go. Do they move together now? Nope. They're just like AMC and Ape. They don't move to get together. Okay, so like, all right, that's what he's got. So this is, I don't know, it's like a megaphone with a flat bottom, I guess. So his line even looks flat too on the bottom. Actually, his line here on the bottom looks flat too. So that's the area. I don't see it, especially now, with the, the few days that that have happened after this video came out. Like maybe if it had done something like, you know, instead of doing that, it did this and went higher, and then from there it went like lower, and then it went higher. I said to stay on the goddamn line. So this is, I think, how people would like expect a expanding megaphone. Why in the expanding megaphone pattern to play out, I guess. And then one, like something like that. Okay. That's what he's implying, but that's not what happened. And there's no, I mean, it's just delusional to think that's what this is. Oops. Don't want to erase my short squeeze signal from Ortex. By the way, did you guys see the Ortex, latest Ortex signals that came out? So I got my prediction on here too, by the way. Oh, I thought I did. I guess I deleted it, but I can join it up. By November 2023, you're at negative $13 a share. Don't ask me how that happens, but it does. So you got a short squeeze buy signal on the 11th, last Tuesday, I guess. Yeah, short squeeze buy signal there. I love these two that were back in 2022. Look at these wonderful signals. You could have gotten these with your Ortex subscription. Okay, a buy and sell signal both on February 28th, 2022. So I don't know. I guess it's a like an intraday trade. Then you got a buy signal. So I guess really it should be buy down here and sell up there. So buy at the beginning of the day and sell at the end of the day. So it's day trade. Then buy again on March 1st, 2022. Hey, and I guess if you had diamond hands and you could deal with this here, and they didn't shake you out. They didn't shake out your paper hands. Then you could have enjoyed, from here, what a nice, I don't know, anywhere from, let's just say, like six, okay, let's just say anywhere from 50 to 80% gain on a trade. But that's the key, is you have to actually complete the trade, meaning you'd have to buy and then sell. So they don't tell you when to sell, so I guess they would keep holding. So here's a short squeeze signal. Here's a short squeeze signal on April 7th, 2022. This is last year. They told you to buy, this is the short squeeze signal right there. That's pathetic. Okay. I don't even like I mean, so yeah, you would have enjoyed, what a 50, a 50% drop in the price from that short squeeze signal. So I think what they meant was actually this is a sell and it's a short signal. That's more like it. So that's a sell short signal. They must have screwed that up. And you didn't get any other signals, like not even here, nothing before this pump and dump, nothing before any of these pump and dumps, except this little limp dick pump here, and then they give you a buy signal. So good job, Ortex. I mean, hell, what can you say? I mean, that's stellar.
Structure is intact.
Well worth the money.
And we think that that will come into play here as we move into this zone of strength during April and into May. So now here's what we have when we put all the pieces of the puzzle together. We not only know that we have retest levels to shoot for, just like here when we had this direct hit into the middle.
His retest levels are $13, $16, and $21. The stock is currently $5.20. So you're talking over 2x, 3x, 4x of the stock. And you haven't been over $5 since when? You haven't, I'm sorry, $10. You have to go back to September, be over $10. And here's the reaction to the Ape dividend coming out here in AMC. We saw it in Ape, talked about how, okay, yeah, here's where those documents came out. Here's where they came out here. Oops. Here's where they came out here. So this rose-colored line. And, the stock has enjoyed a, let's see what here we got. That's not correct. I'm just going to, say 40, anywhere from a 40 to 50% decline from that point. So, and it was 80%, 90% in Ape. I mean, I it is what it
Zone of
is.
strength in February. We had this 745 retest level to work for, which was a hidden retest created on the 240-minute bar. It's 10 closing at 10:30 my time. So I'm on the West Coast PST, adjusted for New York Stock Exchange time. But anyway, that created that hidden retest level there that gave us a bogey to shoot for into a zone of strength. So we had both time and price, directly bullseye into the middle of this zone of strength for February. We did really well trading options into that zone of strength. And then as we move back down, you can see price falls out underneath this structure. So we've got, it starts to get a little bit noisy here, you guys, but just pay attention to the fact that we have these yellow uptrend lines are part of this larger expanding megaphone melt-up fractal. So our primary was here because we had this lowest low, this entire move down. We had an up pullback, higher high. So now we have a confirmed uptrend line we can draw here. Then we had this up.
Thank you. Great stuff.
Higher high and falling again. So we can have a second nesting uptrend within this larger expanding megaphone melt-up fractal. So now price drops out of the bottom. We've just started to re-enter. We know that once we re-enter,
will Ape run when AMC runs?
Motion tends to want to run price up onto a speed line attack into the next zone of strength. So if we track both time and price, we have all these bogeys to shoot for. Again,
why does he keep saying that? Bogeys to shoot for. A bogey, that's not good. Do you mean birdie? I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Maybe it's some West Coast saying. I don't know. Lynn's not here. Model 3 dude might be, but anyway, just like, yeah, okay. I want to shoot. I want to shoot for something that is over par. You know, why not make it a double bogey, triple bogey? I want to shoot for 3 over par. That's my goal. What the fuck are you talking about? Maybe he doesn't play golf. I don't know, but boy, I can't stand this guy. And his shit sucks. What about BlackBerry? Yeah, check out the 2022 Q4 earnings. That should tell you all you need to know. Hint, garbage. Who is this guy? Scott fucking Allen. Oh my God. You know, I mean, seriously, this is
what happens when you work to change things. And first they think you're crazy, then they fight you, and then all of a sudden
they fight
you
me.
change the world.
All right. What are you?
Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying it? What are you saying? Huh?
All right. I got to get out of here. But this was fun. And there's still only 2 banks on the failed bank list. Yep, 2 banks. 2023. You know, you want to have fun at a cocktail party. Some trivia. This is some great trivia. Did you know that there were more banks that failed in 2019 and 2020? Each of those years, not combined, each of those years, than in 2023 during the banking crisis? Right here in black and white. Cheers, Charlotte, and everyone else. Have a good one. Well, we started it off. We kicked it off this way. Let's fold it up this way. Right back round to Reddit. Oh. Does Hester smoke crack? That's the respectful apes I know. All right. Catch you later.